Attention. It's what everybody is looking for. Some kind of attention. Not necessarily a selfish attention. Maybe it's for work, for maybe you're starting a company and you're trying to do things. Maybe you are, I don't know, trying to find a significant other. Attention is what you're hunting for. And that's what we're talking about every day. Talking about today, everydaykt 310. How to keep that attention for more than 5 seconds. So getting the attention is a hell of a lot easier than you think it is, especially if you show up in a kilt. You're out there, you're doing your thing, you're being confident, you're being a badass. People are going to want to talk to you. They're going to see what you've got going on. They're going to want to be wherever you're at. Now you've got that attention, you got to keep it. So how in the hell do you do that? It's very difficult a lot of the times, but not really. Not always. The easiest way is when you're talking to someone, they start talking to you, asking questions, you ask questions about them. Really simple. They start talking about you, your kilt, your heritage. We'll say, oh, that's great. Where's your family from? Where's your ancestors from? Where, what are you doing down here? You ever worn a kilt? There's thousands of questions you could ask. Just pick one. Because what happens is this. You ask a question. All of a sudden, you're in charge of the conversation. You're the one driving the bus because you're the one who is steering the conversation. Somebody says, hey, blah, 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 love the kilt. My ancestors are blah, 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 whatever. And you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Have you ever been to wherever? Maybe it's some Scottish festival, for instance. And they say, no, that's really cool. And then they start talking about it. And it's like, well, what about this? Have you ever tried this? Cool sporin. Have you ever had had one by this maker? Maybe you heard of Wyvern. They're pretty badass. You ever had a 511 on? Comfortable. You're hiking. You ever had one? Ask the questions. Because what happens is not only are you directing the conversation, you're the one in charge of where that conversation goes, but you get to learn more about that person. And by learning more about that person, you can have an even better chance of getting the conversation to go wherever it is you want. This is especially important if you're an entrepreneur, small business person, or in sales, and your whole job is to get people to open up and follow your conversation where it goes. If you can get them to start talking about themselves, as they continue the discussion, you can find more ways to say, hey, look, I've got this badass pen. I need to sell this to this guy. How in the hell do I get that guy to buy this pen? Well, you start talking to him. And you start just, and saying, hey, you got something, you got a pen I can borrow to write something down? Or, hey, here, take my phone number. Write it down. And they say, oh, I don't have a pen. You're like, hey, check this one out. And then they start using it. And they're like, wow, this is badass. And then they realize, it's not just a pen, it's a felt tip. I haven't used those in a long time. Those things are awesome. You get them to open up to you. Get them to understand whatever it is you're talking about from your perspective. Because you were able to talk and get a couple of pieces of information from them about what they do and how they do it and what they love to do so that you can relate to them. Because ultimately it's all about their relationships. All about you understanding me and me understanding you and being able to communicate it the same way. Uh-oh. Write that down, Van Wilder. So for those of you playing at home, this is live right now, and my good friend, the other half of my brain from Oklahoma, reminded me about our glorious mentor, Van Wilder. If you haven't seen any of the Van Wilder movies, skip all of them except the first one and then go watch Deadpool, because it's the same thing in a costume. Very awesome. That being said, well, there you go, actually. Perfect example. He and I have had God knows how many presentations today, or discussions, and the brain just goes, shoot, it's just back and forth. Easy, piece of cake. Know exactly what's coming, know exactly what to send back. If you can pull that off with a customer, you're golden. You could sell ice in the middle of a blizzard and nobody's thirsty, and you still run out of ice, which is what you're trying to do. So, get out there and ask questions. That's how you get people to pay attention, because once you get them talking, well, most people love talking about themselves. God knows I do. The more you get them to talk about themselves, the more you understand and the more you can interact with them on a personal and professional level. So with that, somebody throw out a Kiltology. Uh-oh. You saw a piece of... Oh, God. You're killing me there, Mike. So, somebody give me a Kiltology, volume 1 or 2. And, you know... Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Bingo. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, if you're not asking questions and you don't know what you don't know, that's also the other big one. You don't ask questions, you'll never know what you're missing because you're not asking. 3. So, 1 plus 2 is 3. So, 1 goes in front. Holy crap, I did it again. Pick from volume 3, which is volume 1 plus volume 2. Today we're talking about conversation, understanding, and asking questions. And what is today's Kiltology? Number 290. Suggestion. The kilt is more powerful in its ability to plant subliminal suggestions than even the most powerful hypnotist or psychic. All it takes is a single swish of the pleats and women swoon. No need for words at all. If you want to multiply the effect exponentially, do the sporn dance for a few seconds. Don't talk. You'll most likely talk yourself out of whatever trouble you're getting yourself into. So how does that have to do with the communication? Simple. Very simple. The more you understand about the people you're talking to, the people... That means... sorry, Mike threw me off. Suggestion. It means you understand who you're talking to. You understand how to craft your particular message in a manner and in a method that they not only understand, but they want to consume more. So you can do that. You're a rock star. Go call Van Wilder. Go call the guys over at Mad Men. They're hiring, I'm sure. Give them a ring. And with that, I'll let you go. Everybody have a blast tonight. I hear there's some shenanigans over at the Pondo, if anybody knows actually what that is. So go out there, have an awesome time, and I'll see you tomorrow. And as always, be strong. Put a kilt on.